Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And today we are once again, for the last time here, going to talk about 33 Days to Morning Glory.
Because yesterday, we all renewed our Marian Consecration. And it was awesome.
Uh-huh.
I admit, I'm not tremendously enamored of the Carmelites, but I really do appreciate the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel.
I feel like there should be more, desserts that relate to it.
I agree completely. Now, some people would say the spelling is different, and so thus no dessert for you, but I say that's ridiculous. I demand more caramel.
Yeah. Just because they're named after a mountain in the Middle East doesn't mean that, we cannot have the confection that's similarly named.
Our parish's DRE always wants to give the kids treats after they go to confession to symbolize the sweet, sweet, sweet mercy of God.
Yes, and even in the book itself, in this section, it points out the importance of, really celebrating feast days.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's fascinating. I recently heard someone talking about some of the writings of Irenaeus of Antioch, where he's talking about not just the importance of fasting. You must fast when the church says to fast. But at the same time, it is sinful not to feast when the church says to feast. Now, it doesn't mean there's ever an excuse for gluttony, but we really do have to learn that celebrating is a good thing. It doesn't have to be to excess.
So, last week, what did you get out of this, section in which we didn't have a saint to talk about? Because he goes over every last one of them again.
Well, it's fascinating to break down their teachings into just 3 words and then to meditate on those. But, I guess the thing that I really liked was when we get down to it, we see the continuity between all the saints' teachings. Mm-hmm. Yes, these people lived across hundreds of years. Obviously, 3 of them lived in the 20th century, and 2 of them were Polish. But across hundreds of years, with different points of emphases, we still see the centrality of Mary as a Christian witness, as the perfect disciple. And that the closer we draw to her, the closer she will draw us to Jesus. Which, ultimately, at the end of the day, is the purpose and point of Marian Consecration or Marian Entrustment. Mm-hmm. And we should not come up with nonsense words like entrustication.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awkward.
It was.
Yeah. So it was nice to see it all wrapped up. And of course, it's nice to get to the day of consecration itself. Your thoughts over the last week?
I also like the fact that, for each saint, we got 3 words, although for St. John Paul II, we got a made-up word.
Yeah, which is displeasing.
Entrustment is good enough. He could have just went with entrustment, but...
Okay, so you think that consecration is confusing. Great, so you go with entrustment. Awesome. Entrustacration? No. Just no. Yeah. Well, I will say, that's maybe the one weakness of 33 Days to Morning Glory. Sometimes Father Gately gets a little too cute.
That is probably the reason why when I did it as a group at church, I did it 2 different times in a group.
Yeah.
The majority of the people in the class were women and,
Mm-hmm.
a few husbands or fiancés that got dragged along.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we're watching the videos, he is kind of adorkable.
Exactly the sort of fellow that the ladies love.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Yeah. I think I was in one of your groups, and there were 2 of us. There was me, and there was Don, and Don's a peach, but yeah.
He was there because his wife.
Yes, because his wife Mary dragged him.
Also, there could have been desserts because apparently he will do a lot for homemade desserts, as she does not bake.
Who amongst us won't? As someone I've known quipped, maybe you should call it encrustment. That's when you get the desserts at the end of entrustment. Pie.
I don't think we had pie. I think one time we had cookies.
Well, again, it was Our Lady of Mount Carmel, so you want to have caramel. And I've never had a caramel pie. I like it, but I'm not going to bake it. Maybe my brother, he's a baker.
You could make one, but it would be so rich.
I really don't like pecan pie. It's so
It's too much.
rich. Yeah, I have this tiny little sliver.
Mm.
I mean, trust me, I'm a guy that loves his sugar. But so, this is the second time that I've done a Marian Consecration through 33 Days to Morning Glory. And I will say, having matured as a disciple in the, I think, approximately 5 years since I last did it, I did get more out of it this time. I was less confused by a lot of the theology.
Yes.
So that's good. Third time with the charm. But of course, that's the beauty of a Marian Consecration. It's not just a one and done. As our mother kept all these things in her heart and reflected upon them, we can continually reconsecrate ourselves to her, which will indeed help her to draw us closer and closer to the Sacred Heart of her Divine Son, our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yes. It mentioned in the book that, St. John Paul II did it every day. And then he put it on his official papal seal and stuff.
Totus tuus.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he also went to confession like every single week, so that guy was super intense.
Well, he was the Pope for a reason.
Indeed. Indeed. And a great saint for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Largely so, people like us can go, well, yeah, clearly I need to go more. What could the Pope have done? So, I only said 6 of the decades of the Rosary instead of my usual 10.
See, but I know that I struggle with scrupulosity, so I try to go confession every 2 or 3 weeks. And sometimes it's like, all right, think of the sin, think of the sin, think of the sin. You had to have done something. And I'm sure I have, I just forget it at that moment.
Yeah. And then you end up getting the, reflections for things where it's like, all right, apparently this is for someone who hasn't gone in 30 years and had a life of crime in the meantime.
So, comment below about your favorite part of this journey. We'll also have links to all the other videos, some of which may be prompt, some of which may come a little bit later.
Or you could post your favorite thing to make using caramel.
Boom. Please do. Please post all of your caramel recipes. Subscribe to our channel. Ring the church bell to be notified the next time a plot is uploaded. Give this video a thumbs up, because if you don't, you're giving a thumbs down to Mary.
I don't think that's how it works.
I demand to continue threatening the audience.
That's what you need for next confession. Be like, I constantly threaten my audience with not giving me likes. And you'll get the 90-year-old priest who doesn't know what a computer is, who'll be like, I don't understand what the sin is here.
For that one, I should definitely go to a millennial priest who understands social media.
He's going to think that that's definitely related to something really dirty and porny,
Well, if it has anything to do with the internet, isn't it?
It could be about cats.
What are you saying about my show, man?
All right.
And until next time, remember to
live your faith,
love your faith, share that love.
You should keep the producer comments in.
Of course, because that'll make sense for why